Alright, guys, this is Talisman here, the developer for Planet Killer, and we're gonna go ahead and do a full developer commentary on this little run I did in Planet Killer. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of looking at the ships. But while I'm doing that, let me tell you a little bit about Planet Killer. We're gonna have the official trailer coming out soon. And the playtest is going to end here soon, so if you haven't played it, please hop on and destroy some planets. I've seen a lot of cool high scores set, so I'm loving that. But yeah, we're going to get the demo going here soon. And let's get back to the game. So this is the star map. You select the next planet, and you can choose kind of any direction you want to go. And then we have the 3-card pop-up system. And you choose one of these each time you go to a planet. It's like a free salvage reward discovery, just so you kind of keep scaling with all the planets. Yeah, so I pick a little passive there and equip my starter weapons, and I start warping in. And let's fight our first planet. So the planet will fire at you. Obviously, it starts out super easy. We don't want to throw the player into the action too soon. This is kind of the first planet's kind of just how to get accustomed, get used to it. You can see there the wingman. I picked up the wingman upgrade. And the health bar is rendering it below the guy. Don't worry, that's already fixed in the latest build. So we destroy that planet pretty easy. So you go ahead and hit continue, and then we got a nice little warp out animation. But yeah, this video is kind of to better show just kind of the gameplay flow and how a run goes in Planet Killer. This is a roguelike game where you're going to keep doing runs and seeing how far you can get, basically. We call it depth. That's how far you get. So each planet you destroy, you go to another depth level. But yeah, eventually you're going to earn, stats and stuff like that. That's what you're going to use to unlock new starting ships. And these starting ships, the better ones will, obviously be stronger and allow you to kind of get further in each run. But yeah, starting out, obviously this is a tier 1 ship, not the best. And I see a pretty unique module there. One of those procedural modules. Sometimes you'll run into alien artifact modules, and they can basically have any stat that I have in the engine or in the game. So we're warping again, and we're fighting this planet now. It looks like I picked up some sort of railgun. So you see that in addition to my blaster cannons, and it's looking pretty effective against this starting early game planet. So me and my wingman buddy, we easily defeat that guy, and we're getting out of there. Alright, so now you can kind of see more of the star map. It highlights the planets that you're able to go to. And so I'm just kind of looking around here and trying to see what I want to pick. And also you can look ahead a couple of depth layers. So you can kind of plan your route. Do I want to get to a galactic shop? Or do I want to plan for that? Or is my build looking strong? Do I want to try to shoot for a boss planet or something? So these are some of the things that I want the players to think about. And I try to design it that way. And here we go. We're on the 3rd planet already. And I picked up a new weapon here, which is a 2-shot, giant barrage weapon here. As you can see here, I'm trying to avoid this laser, but it ends up getting me still. This planet's a little more formidable because it's got like multiple lasers, and you see the missiles are they're kind of just tearing everybody apart. But we do end up getting this planet out of the way. I almost lost all my shields here. So shields always recharge after battle. Your hull does not. So you see the orange, that's your hull. The blue is your shields. So when you lose hull, it's a bit more serious than losing shield points. But you see here, so I see a boss planet, and I decide for some reason, let's go for the boss planet because why not? Um, but as you'll be able to see, it might not have been the best decision. I'm only, I don't know how many planets in now, and I've added a bit more UI to the star map screen so you can kind of keep track of your progress better. But yeah, we're only 4 planets in, so on the 5th planet, I'm going for a boss planet, and it has a modifier as well, planetary siege gun modifier, and that basically it increases the size of all the enemy projectiles. I pick a little 10 shield a second module here because I'm probably thinking that I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can defeat this boss. You see, I'm trying to equip modules. You can also equip modules in your wingman, but I choose not to because that particular module isn't going to increase its DPS. So now we see the first boss planet, and as you can tell, these planets are a lot bigger. And it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Me and the wingman, we're chipping in some damage here. We're cutting into the core. There's a missile loose. It's going for the wingman. And now I take a big hit here. That was almost over 100 damage. So see how kind of the boss damage scales a bit. I barely dodged that shot, and now, oh no. So we had an enemy planetary defense ship there, and it kind of just took us out. They have randomly generated weapons as well, and he happened to have some missiles, and we weren't really building for survivability here, and that we just didn't really get cooking that run. But I feel like that's a good kind of just medium balanced run to show you kind of how the game works. But yeah, if you haven't tried it out, please check us out on Steam. Any wish list helps. Anytime you play, I read every feedback, anything you submit. So I just want to say I appreciate it to all the fans that have been playing recently. And yeah, we'll see how a demo release goes, and I'll have more videos coming out.